Have you noticed subtle, almost imperceptible shifts in someone you cherish lately? Changes that you can't quite put your finger on? What if I told you those slight changes could be quiet messages, whispers from the body, sometimes a year before life's final chapter? The truth is, most of us miss these early signals. We chalk them up to just getting old, only realizing later that the clues were there all along. But by then, precious time has slipped away. In this video, we're diving into 5 key signs that often appear a year before an elderly person passes away. Some might be things you've already noticed, but brushed aside. Others might seem minor, but actually signal a deeper shift. Are you ready to tune into these subtle messages? Are you ready to make the most of every moment? Then stick with me, because understanding these signs empowers you to provide better care, cherish meaningful connections, and ensure your loved one's final journey is filled with comfort, dignity, and peace. Stay with us until the end, because these 5 signs can help you prepare emotionally and practically for what's ahead. When you understand what's happening, you won't be caught off guard. You'll be able to make the most of the time you have left with those you love. Now, let's get started. 1. Significant weight loss. One of the earliest and most telling signs that a person may be approaching the final year of their life is unintentional weight loss. At first, it might seem subtle, a belt that suddenly needs tightening, clothes that appear looser, or a once hearty appetite that begins to fade. Many families dismiss it as just part of getting older, but the truth is losing weight without trying is rarely a good sign. It often indicates that the body is no longer absorbing nutrients efficiently, muscle mass is decreasing, and essential systems are slowing down. Aging naturally leads to some loss of muscle, but when it happens too quickly, it's a sign that something deeper is occurring. The body may be struggling to digest food properly, or the person may no longer be able to process protein effectively, leading to muscle wasting. This loss of strength doesn't just make movement more difficult. It increases the risk of falls, weakens the immune system, and leaves the person vulnerable to infections. Another reason for weight loss in the final year of life is appetite changes. Many elderly individuals simply don't feel hungry the way they used to. Their sense of taste fades, food no longer seems enjoyable, and they might start skipping meals or eating much smaller portions. This isn't just a matter of preference. It's a physiological change. The body, sensing that it's beginning to shut down, no longer signals the brain to seek food as often. The result? Less energy, less strength, and a gradual decline in overall health. And then there's the role of underlying medical conditions. Weight loss is a common symptom of chronic diseases like cancer, heart failure, or kidney disease, all of which can begin progressing long before more obvious symptoms appear. Even conditions like depression or cognitive decline can lead to reduced eating, causing a downward spiral where the body isn't receiving enough fuel to sustain itself. Some families try to solve the problem by encouraging their loved ones to eat more, offering favorite foods, or supplementing meals with protein drinks. But if the weight continues to drop despite these efforts, it's important to recognize that the issue is not just diet. It's the body preparing for a deeper transition. At this stage, forcing large meals may not help. Instead, focusing on comfort, easy-to-eat foods, and hydration can make a bigger difference in maintaining quality of life. If you notice significant weight loss in an elderly loved one, especially if they're eating less, feeling weaker, or struggling to stay active, it's time to pay attention. This is not just about physical appearance. It's about the body sending a message, and understanding that message now can help you prepare for the road ahead with clarity, compassion, and the ability to make every remaining moment meaningful. 2. Extreme fatigue and weakness. One of the most noticeable changes in the year leading up to the end of life is a deep, persistent fatigue that doesn't go away with rest. It's not just feeling a little tired after a long day. It's a profound exhaustion that makes even simple tasks feel overwhelming. Getting out of bed becomes a challenge. Walking across the room requires effort, and activities that once felt routine, like cooking, dressing, or even holding a conversation, start to feel too draining. This isn't just a result of aging, it's a sign that the body is conserving its remaining energy as organ function begins to slow. The body starts prioritizing what's most essential. The heart doesn't pump as efficiently, circulation weakens, and muscles don't get the same level of oxygen they once did. This is why many elderly individuals in their final months feel weak, unsteady, and unable to sustain the same level of activity they once enjoyed. Another key factor is metabolic slowdown. The body is designed to produce and use energy, but as it prepares for its final phase, that energy is redirected. Instead of fueling movement, the body shifts toward preservation. This is why someone in decline may start sleeping more, needing longer naps during the day, and finding it harder to stay awake for long periods. The brain, like any other organ, needs a steady flow of oxygen and nutrients. As circulation weakens, cognitive function declines. You might notice confusion, difficulty making decisions, or trouble recognizing people and places. Emotional withdrawal is also common. Your loved one may speak less, engage less, or spend more time in silence. These changes aren't under their control. The best support is gentle reassurance, patience, and creating a safe, familiar environment. Even when words fade, love and comfort can still be felt. 4. Frequent infection and repair itself. Chronic wounds or pressure sores can develop, especially if mobility is limited. Sometimes infections don't look as expected. Instead of a fever, you might see increased tiredness or confusion. Recognizing these changes early helps you focus on comfort and support rather than aggressive treatments that may no longer be effective. For families, watching a loved one go through repeated infections can be frustrating and heartbreaking. At a certain point, the focus often shifts from curing to comforting. Making sure your loved one stays hydrated, keeping their skin clean, and minimizing stress can do more for their well-being than another round of medication. 5. Major changes in breathing or circulation. Finally, noticeable changes in breathing patterns and circulation often signal the body is preparing for its final stage. You may notice slower or more shallow breathing, pauses between breaths, or irregular patterns like Cheney-Stokes respiration. Hands, feet, or even the nose and ears may feel cold or look pale and bluish, signs that the heart isn't pumping as strongly as before. Shortness of breath, even with minimal movement, can occur. Sometimes fluid buildup in the lungs causes coughing, gurgling sounds, or chest tightness. These changes can be frightening, but they're often the body's natural way of slowing down. Focus on comfort, keep the room cool, use a humidifier, and offer small sips of water. Medications or oxygen therapy may help, but the main goal is to ease discomfort. Conclusion. If you've noticed any of these signs in a loved one, remember, you are not alone. These changes are part of the natural process of aging and the body's way of preparing for its final transition. By recognizing them early, you can provide the care, comfort, and dignity your loved one deserves. Cherish every moment, focus on meaningful connections, and don't hesitate to seek support from healthcare professionals or community resources. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe for more guidance and support for seniors and their families. Thank you for watching, and take care of yourselves and each other.